Hello! This is the Press by Bobble travel mug, which Ivy very kindly got me when we were in London. It is a travel mug combined with a French press, and it's fantastic. So I'm going to make a cuppa with it, also so that you can see how it works, although I'm sure you wonderful smart people can work that out under your own steam. As you can sort of see, it's Algerian coffee store's coffee that I've got. It's their Viennese blend, which is with fig. And it was really nice, actually interesting seeing them make it, because they have 3 parts ground coffee to 1 part fig. Now I'm not entirely sure how it is, whether it's sort of, you know, just dried and then chopped or what or not, but either way it tastes really nice. So really just making this as you would a standard French press. Fill it halfway, mix it, let the coffee and the water get to know each other. It's nice, it's friendly, and once it's settled, top up a bit further, and then we have, I think you can see the wee micro mesh that's in there, and it really is just damn it, this one requires a little bit of brute force and ignorance, because it's a slightly finer grind than a cafetiere needs, but ta-da! On travel mug. Hello again. Coffee. Still scaldingly hot. If I had to pick a quote, flaw, unquote with this, is that because it's a thermos, it keeps it really super hot, which is great for having a cup of coffee that lasts you all day. But when it's freshly made, it's very much a, I'm not going to scald myself, so I'll leave it for the time being. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the various places that we went for coffee and, in some cases, tea. Gasp, shock, horror. Whilst we were in London. First off was the aforementioned Algerian coffee stores. Now, my cousin Bill told us about this, oh, good grief, 5-6 years ago, something like that. It's in Soho, it's amazing. It's a tiny coffee shop that sells coffee beans. They will grind it to you to whatever specification you want. You tell them what you use to make your coffee, and they will grind it accordingly. They're ridiculously knowledgeable about, and they have this huge range of coffees which are really reasonably priced. I mean, nowadays when you go into a coffee shop and they've got their own beans, you're looking at 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds a bag, and that's just a £1/2 bag. At the Algerian coffee stores, they start at just under a £5. So, and it's really nice coffee. Yes, they have ludicrously expensive stuff that's like 20 quid, but they have such a wide range, and even if you're just like, I'm not really sure this is what I like, they will happily talk to you about the types of coffee that would be suitable for you, and they're just a really lovely bunch. After we went there, we originally tried to go to Timber Yard in Seven Dials, because that's a place which apparently does a very nice cup of tea, but they were absolutely rammed. So I ended up going down the road to Coffee Island, which was a fantastic place, which had so many different coffee accoutrements and beans. They have these dispensers on the wall where they've got like 8 different types of beans available, so that you can buy them. They will grind them for you as well. They also have lots of different coffee making kit things available. It's one of the first times I've seen one of the Turkish sezves, out with turkey in a shop, and it's the brass ones as well, not the sort of thinner, cheaper metal ones. They actually have a wee Sesve sand pit as part of their coffee making station, and they've got a siphon filter, and it was just a really nice place. And they made Ivy a really nice cup of tea as well. The following day, we started off at Crosstown, Victoria, which is obviously a donut shop, because I like my donuts as well as I like my coffee. But I got a wee coffee there, which was really nifty. And that was on the way to get this lovely thing from Harvey Nichols, which Ivy got me, which I'm so grateful for. Thank you. And after that we ended up at Bear Coffee, which is on Kingley Street, around the back of Carnaby Street. And we'd actually been in Kingley Court the previous day because we'd gone to Darjeeling Express, which, if you haven't watched Ivy's video on Darjeeling Express and how amazing it is, do so now, because I'll wait. It's amazing, and yeah, you need to. So yeah. And that was about it, coffee-wise, for that day. The next day, the coffee started off with one of the gentleman baristas, the one at Borough Market. As it turns out, it's a chain across London. But they're really cool. It's a tiny wee space that they've got. But they have quite a wide range of coffee. They also do various snacks and food and whatnot. But what we loved was the fact that they have all these different coffees which are named after different types of hats. There's a pith helmet, a bow tie, and Ivy, being the canny observant soul that she is, noted that the decaffeinated one was called the Pretender, and it was a woolly bobble hat. If that's not enough to make you want to go, I don't know what else I have to tell you. Oh, other than the fact that it was a really nice cuppa. Later on that day, we actually finally made it to Timber Yard, where we had a very nice cuppa. It was still really busy, but I guess that's a good sign of a coffee shop or cafe, is that it's busy and that there's almost a perpetual queue of people wanting to get in. We also had a very nice chocolate cupcake as well, which was nice. The following day we ended up in Camden. Again, take a look at Ivy's video of our food journey in Camden, because there's Young Vegans, Rudy's Dirty Vegan Diner, and I can't remember the name of the place, but did the amazing cheesecake, which was just, that was so good. But earlier, before we started that, we were in Pamban, which is quite a big open cafe at the side of Brick Lane, opposite Cyberdog. And we've been there before, and again, it's a nice wee place. You had a turmeric chai, I want to say. I had a cappuccino, and yeah, they do nice latte art, which, when you're using non-dairy, isn't always the easiest thing. But yeah, it's a reasonably priced, nice wee place that's just really quite relaxing. And even though it's busy, there was never can you just hurry along and move out so that we can get the next person in, which was nice. The following day, because obviously we didn't really have much more space for tea and coffee after all the food that we'd eaten. Seriously, take a look at the Camden market video, which is on A Year of Vegan Eats. It will explain why there was no space for coffee. It was amazing. The following day, we started off in Brixton, because we went to Miss Cupcake, where we had a cupcake which was the Ambassador, which is a vegan cupcake which looks like a Ferrero Rocher on top, and oh my lord, it's amazing. And round the corner there was a nifty wee place in Brixton Village, which is sort of an enclosed wee shopping arcade called Federation. Now, I just had a cappuccino there, because we were then going on to the British Museum, But and one of the things that Ivy noticed that they had on their menu was that they actually had a coffee flight, which I really wish that, I know not something I had, but I wish more places did. But I really like the idea, the notion of you get 2 or 3 coffees, and so it's made as an espresso, it's made as an Americano, and you just sort of see how different brewing methods affect the flavour of the same beans, or it can be different coffees, just that you get a different idea of the coffees that they have. And yeah, we're going to go back to Miss Cupcake because the ambassador's just amazing. And so yeah, when we're back, we'll probably go back to Federation and crumble and have a coffee flight. Next up was the following day, and that was a Daily Goods in Camberwell. Now Camberwell is just north of Peckham, where we normally stay, and Ivy had been there, I want to say, a previous time when she'd gone with our friend Lisa. So it was the first time that I'd been there. It's a nice open space. They're really friendly and amiable. They're dog friendly as well. There was someone came in with their dog, and the guy behind the counter fussed over the dog something, made sure it had a bowl of water, but fussed over it first, then went and got it, checked that it wanted water and brought back a bowl of water, and then fussed over it some more. And they also had a vegan cupcake as well, so it's like, yes, I'm having that. And then it arrived, and Ivy was like, yeah, it's the same one that we had at Timberyard. And it was like, so it is? Still, it was a nice one. And last but by no means least was Omotesando, which is just off Oxford Street. Now, we need to give a shout out to a YouTube viewer, Deb Smith. Thank you. Because she told us about this and said, oh yeah, it's great. And it's not great. It's amazing. It is, hey Gigi, this Japanese, oh go on then. It's, hi, say hello to the internet. That'll do. It's a Japanese coffee chain. Take a look at their website because it's just seriously cool anyway. But it's this very minimalist coffee shop, and you select what type of coffee you want and whether or not they'll do it as a pour over or just as a regular espresso or hot or not. And I had a Colombian one, and the barista was wearing a lab coat with the wee Omotesando logo embroidered on the breast pocket, and he did the pour over. Oh, okay, no, not off. And so I just had it as just a cup of coffee, but there was a wee bit left over, and our lovely barista said, "Oh right, well I'll give you what's left over for Ivy to have." And she's like, "I don't like coffee." He was like, "Oh, you can have it anyway," which was just a nice wee touch. And Ivy had one of the most amazing matcha lattes we have ever seen. It was matcha. It was sharp, tart, slightly bitter, and it was perfect. It was amazing. Now I like matcha, but I'm not as much of a matcha fan as Ivy is. But oh dear Lord, when we go back, there's a very real possibility that I will go, yeah, I'm gonna have a matcha latte first, and then I'll have a coffee, and I like my coffee. So that kind of tells you all you really need to know. And they're just lovely there. And yeah, there's one in Kyoto as well. So, oh no, what tragedy, what horror. We have to go back to Kyoto so we can see how the Kyoto Omotesando measures up against the London one. And there's a bunch of others as well. So yeah, we're just going to have to visit all the Omotesandos It's such a hard life that you have at times. But anyway, so thank you very much for watching. It's Saturday. Clearly, I need more of this. So thank you very much for watching. If you don't already subscribe, please consider doing so. It would very much be appreciated. If you already do subscribe, thank you so much. It's very much appreciated. Please don't forget to head over to Patreon as well, because Ivy does lots of lovely things there as well. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope we see you again soon. Goodbye.